Hi, this is Jason P. Wilson 01. This is X-Force. This is actually a continuation from the one I was doing before on my X books that I am currently reading monthly. It cut out on me. I'm using a portable with a memory card, and obviously I need to try to keep it short and sweet. Again, I'm kind of new at posting, so please forgive me if I'm making some of these too long. I just really enjoy talking about comics and the things that we're talking about. So I'll try to make them shorter and get to the point a little more. But I did want to continue with what I was talking about this annual, that it connects with two other annuals, and what Marvel seems to be doing is they're taking an annual of one of their books and they're connecting it with perhaps two other books that aren't as popular, and having a continuing storyline between these annuals. I personally haven't experienced this before, and at first I found it kind of annoying that I'm going to be buying other books that connect. For instance, the Spider-Man annual, I think, connected to Hulk and another one, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue that storyline because I didn't really care for it. This one, on the other hand, I do, and I'm making a point to go out and to next week get Steve Rogers' Super Soldier annual that is a continuation of this storyline, and then after that I'll be getting Namor. I haven't gotten those other two books before, but I'm definitely picking up their annuals because I do love the artwork and the storyline of this Uncanny X-Men annual. So I guess Marvel knows what they're doing because they got me picking up books that I normally don't think I'd want to. Next, I want to talk about this came out a while ago. It's a one-shot on Marvel Girl, but I wanted to post it because I thought it was really good. I definitely enjoy picking up one-shots. I have to control myself because there are a lot of interesting ones, but one-shots are hit or miss. They're either not worth reading because it has nothing to do with what you're currently reading, or possibly it's just too rushed, or maybe it's a nice thick book, but you're popping out $5-6 for it, and then after you're done, you're not really feeling satisfied. So I try not to grab too many of them, but I mean, this was a one-shot Marvel Girl, and it was only $2.99, and the price was right for me. And Marvel Girl is obviously Jean Grey, and Jean Grey is a character I've really been missing in the X books as of late. I mean, she is in Ultimate X that I'm reading, a different version of herself, but I really miss the Jean Grey on the X-Men Marvel Girl. I really enjoy the whole Dark Phoenix side, but I always have preferred just Jean Grey. I mean, I don't even need her in a costume. I just enjoy her character and the way that she interacts with all the other X-Men characters. And she's been gone for a while, and I really have been missing her from the books, so I really had to pick up this, and I'm glad I did. Anyone who has felt the way I do and has always enjoyed reading Jean Grey in X books, this is definitely one you should go find and pick up, because it is a classic. Even though it has a more modern art, it's definitely the Jean Grey that of old. The writing is spot on with her character, and even though the artwork is hit or miss with me, the story writing was a really nice feel. It was almost if Jean Grey had not left the X books, and maybe it's showing us that she'll be coming back. That would be interesting, especially with the situation with Cyclops and Emma Frost right now. So hey, if you've been missing Jean Grey, definitely pick up this one shot. Next, and finally from the X books, is another one that came out a while ago. It's a one shot called X-Woman. Now, as you can probably tell by the cover, when I saw it, it seemed a little, I don't know, like an triple X book, a triple X women book. And wasn't really going to pick it up. Um, but the guy at the comic book store, we're friends, and he was like, "Oh, you got to pick this up. Do you know Chris? Claymore Mart?" And I was like, "Well, I know of him. I can't say I've read any of his books because I know they're adult, uh, but I do recognize the style, and it is an appealing style." He's like, "Look, you gotta read it here. Pick it up." And I was like, "Well, you know what? Sure, I'll go for it." I totally felt like a perv, but since there was a lot of other comics I was getting, and he's the one that recommended it to me, I didn't feel bad about it. Uh, but I have to admit, I mean, when you look at this cover, it's like it looks like a triple X woman book, like a triple X men porno book or something. But I have to say, once I opened it up and started reading, even though there's definitely a lot of TNA, it's done pretty tastefully, and I'm a big fan of beautiful artwork in books. It really makes me feel like I got my money's worth. And when you put that with a good storyline and good writing, even though it wasn't the deepest story, and it definitely was like an alternate universe type story, uh, didn't matter. I really enjoyed it. It's a thick book. It doesn't have a lot of advertisement in it, so I really was getting my money's worth with great artwork and a great storyline. I'm also kind of a fan of the style. Like I said, I really haven't read any of his books before, but I've seen his artwork. Just up on the uh, uh, wall and stuff when I go to comic book stores, and I've always enjoyed the whole pastel thing. I mean, I really do enjoy kind of sketch coloring and real light pastel coloring in books, and you really don't see that very often at all. So this is a very unique pick uh, to pick up because it had a very unique style, and I don't know if he'll ever do another Marvel X book or anything, but I definitely would pick it up because it was a very beautiful book to read. With that said, I'm done with the X books here. Again, I'll try to keep them shorter. But hey, thanks for watching.